Hi and welcome to Healthy Life Hacks. I'm Jennifer Jeffries, the present day wise woman, a realistic naturopath coming to you from the surfing beaches of Australia. This podcast is for those of you who are wanting to really rock your life and health and live from a place of prevention. Let's get into today's episode. Think about it. Problems and challenges are just a part of life. It's like the universe likes contrast. As soon as we've got anything like going really well, it throws a problem, a challenge, or something to us to give us an ability or an opportunity to grow. Now, if we haven't got good problem-solving skills, we can struggle. We can, just get stuck. And when we go into overwhelm, when we're stuck, we've got to be able to move it. We just have to. And overwhelm, especially when it comes to problem solving and stuff, just comes when we're not moving even a little bit. So I wanted to talk into this because I did a podcast a couple of podcasts ago about me and the army, and I've had a lot of feedback about people saying, that you learn to think about things differently and solve problems differently through my time in the army. So I thought I'd just touch on a couple of points of that because it's been great. I learned young, 17 in the army, to have to problem solve, and so much of it was thinking with, if we were in a real mission, there's lives on the line. This is a real thing. So let me just pull this part a little bit more because we can't make problems and challenges go away. They are part of life, and it's about learning how to navigate them better and become more solid in having a different default to run to when we're presented with them. So let's dive deep. My first tip, the first thing that I think of is that I need to breathe. That's it. When I'm presented with a challenge or a problem or something that has to be solved, it's about taking a breath, getting back into my body. And then sometimes I'll actually literally put my hands on my heart, on my chest, and just feel my breath to just go, okay, cool, ground myself, feel my feet on the ground. Then I can take an action. If we're in reactive mode and we're like, what do I do? You forget to breathe. So breathing has to be the absolutely very first thing, because otherwise we make irrational and impulsive kind of choices. And I've totally done them in the past. And I know the benefit of teaching myself to breathe first. Just a nice deep breath. Doesn't have to be a long break, but just a pause to be able to go, okay, got it. Let's think sanely versus just going off on something. Now, the more we do this, the more we are presented with problem-solving opportunities. Like when I was in the army, it's pretty intense. They throw you into so many different situations. You've got to be able to problem solve faster. And the more we do it, the more resilient we become at it. It's a great way to foster that growth in us. And we all have a natural default that's always looking for disaster. We've got to put ourselves in different situations to grow, so that over time, our resilience is the fact that we default to a better action. And so, for instance, even instead of just forgetting to breathe or breathing shallow and being overwhelmed, what do I do? It's like, teach yourself so that you breathe when you come in, to get back in your body, and you can respond versus react. Okay, but that comes over time, and it's that we have to win to lose. We've got to go through the struggles and not handle them well to learn how to handle them well in the future. Okay, next one is I'm big on asking for help. I've talked about it in quite a few of my podcasts. I didn't when I was younger because my ego didn't let me. Now, when it comes to problem solving, sometimes we need someone with clean eyes to look at what's going on. And I ask for help. I'll work collaboratively to help find a solution. And when we do that, you've got to trust that with the person who you're asking help for, you'll listen and respect the information or what they share. Because if you just kind of go, yeah, got it, cool, and you don't really regard what they share, you are screwing up a relationship over time. Okay, so that's a big piece of it. I am big at asking for help and really listening and taking on. For sure, if it's my thing to solve, I still get to choose what elements or whatever of all the feedback that I'm getting, I'm going to take on. But there's so much value in brainstorming to get to the core of what it is. And sometimes we're blind because we're in it. We're so close, we're so in it, we can't see it. And we need to be able to draw on other people. I'm a big fan. I have so much respect for people who ask for help. because I know how hard that's been for me in my life. My ego stopped me doing it for bloody decades. And I'm the first one to ask for help nowadays, even when I go to the shops. By the way, side point, I taught myself to ask for help by going to different shops. So most people, when they go to shops, they'll go to the same grocery shop, they go to the same shopping center, they do all that kind of stuff. It's the same routine all the time. I purposefully, for a long time, and still do, I'll go to a different shop. And the game is I'm not allowed to just walk up and down the aisles and look what it is for. I'll find a shop assistant, someone working there, and really look them in the eye and ask them for help. Ask them for help. Hey, can just trying to find this. Can you help me, please? And you can see their brain kind of goes, yeah, I can do that. And in so many cases nowadays, they'll take you where to the thing is versus just actually telling you, where to go. And then and when they've shown me or told me whatever it is, I look them in the eye and I really, from my heart, thank them, because we're service-orientated beings and we love to be of service. So why not give someone the honor as you build your asking for help skill? Playing in the shops is the coolest way. It worked for me. Like I can't explain. It was huge. And I still use it today. It fast tracks. Why would I take my time trying to find someone when I can, from my heart, with respect, ask someone for help? It shortcuts life in such a beautiful way. Another one's mind mapping. So I am a visual. Sometimes I've got to draw it out, or whatever the problem is, I've got to draw this in colors and get it out of my head to be able to see it, because I am such a visual. So if you haven't mind mapped before, it's worth exploring. It's a great way to get it out of your head. And mind mapping is literally just starting in the center with what the problem is, and every little thing that you think of, it just goes off in tangents, draw it around, coming off that. And then you can, step back and have a look what you've really got and find a solution. I think mind mapping is an incredibly cool tool. We also want to tap into our imagination. I have a great imagination. And so part of my problem solving is I naturally have a creative brain. I naturally have a brain that can see. I think it's a part of my ADHD superpower. I can just see so many solutions for anything. It's not even solutions, but so many possibilities for everything. My brain just pings. I can do this and this and this. And so again, being in my breath, staying grounded, I can, logically look at something, whatever it is I need to be able to solve and find the best solution. Another one, and again, because it's my I think it's the ADHD in me. I move all the time. I can't fucking sit still. I just can't. And so, or it's incredibly rare that I'll really sit still. And I think of Steve Jobs, all of his meetings, he would do walking meetings. So you're trying to, brainstorm and find solutions and be creative in that. Use your body, because when we're sitting and so steady, sometimes we lose that creativity because we're so fixed. So I really suggest, if you're trying to problem solve something, take your breath in. Whether it's you walk or at least you get up. If I'm working on something big here in my office, I'll get up and I'll go and walk, and 5 minutes think it as I walk the garden, and I'll come back with the answer. It's huge. So, problem solving it's like a life skill we can build on. We really can. And challenges and problems are always going to come. We've got to make informed choices. We've got to be able to get better at it through life. And it's something that I know I've really mindfully built over my life, and it got such a great grounding in my army years. So the healthy life hack is just really be proactive and think about some ways in advance. What's it going to be for you? Is it going to be that every time you're presented with a problem or a challenge, you put your hand on your heart or on your chest to remind yourself to breathe, feel the soles of your feet on the ground? Is it going to be that you move? What's it going to be? Think about it in advance, so that the next time you're presented with a problem or a challenge, you're ready to create a different default. That's how we'll get through things better. We have to be proactive in life. Otherwise, we're just in reaction all the time, and that's just hard work. So what are you going to do? I'm curious. If you want to head over to the show notes, www.healthylifehacks.com.au, you'll get the long version of everything that I've just run through if you need notes to help you. I promise it's worth being proactive to set up a challenges / problem solving system in your brain. Default, not system, default. I want to thank you for being here today. If you enjoyed my podcast, please let me know by leaving a review on Apple Podcast. Every month, I draw one lucky person who leaves a review on Apple Podcasts to have a free 1-hour consultation with me. Be sure to subscribe to the show wherever you're tuning in from so that you always catch the next episode. And if you would like to receive a free copy of my Feed Your Body ebook, simply click the link in the comments below. Join my newsletter and we will get that free ebook sent to you. I welcome your emails and you can write to me at podcast@healthylifehacks.com.au. Until next time, remember, when it comes to life, live it, love it, and get on with it.